Okay, hello everybody. This is such an exciting week for me. I was just taking some time and writing in my journal that it is finals week. I'm at the University of Washington and I needed to kick a few things up in high gear for myself. And so this for me means finishing the book. And for a while it was terrifying, to say the least. I was writing about things um, that made me want to leave, and it was not in a very healthy place because winter in Seattle is a little bit dark and gray and depressing, and along with the political climate of things that are like going on with um, everything, the emotional climate in Seattle added on top of the political climate was quite stressful. So it took me a while to kind of write out of that. And then I had kind of pushed myself into a place of stress a little bit, to be honest. So, how was I going to combat moving forward? What if this book is all I have? Oh my gosh, what am I going to do with the remainder of my time? I've had my rent paid until from the end of November until August. What am I going to do with all this time? So I ended up going to neuroscience lectures. I went to the gym a lot. I joined a lot of writing groups. I hung out at Burning Man potlucks. I went to technology parties and began to network. And still, I was like still feeling pretty sad about it, that this is just the one thing that I have. And so I stumbled into something else. And so I am starting my own business. Snaps for me, holla at your girl. And so over the course of this week, actually, it's a bit of last week and then this week too, I had been thinking about what it is that I'm going to do, how am I going to get the capital for it, but you know what? There is God within you, and just like you have the ability to manifest, it's most important to look inside and within as opposed to asking something outside of yourself for something that you need. So it was important for me to listen to that voice and just like reignite that fire that I felt when I first came back to the United States. So I just hired somebody, a graphic designer, for a logo for my business. And at the end of this week, I kind of felt a bit of a pinch. And it was like, it hurt. Like, if anybody's ever been pinched by time or pinched by a circumstance in this physical world, it like comes with some feeling, and usually it doesn't feel very good, but you get stuff done. And so I do want to like shout out to a lot of my homies out there who have listened to me and like just been there. Things have not been easy, and so this is just like a time of celebration and moving forward and realizing that I'm just hitting that pedal to the metal and moving forward much faster. But I did want to talk to you all about what it is that we can do to understand this feeling. So I've not really worked in almost 2 years. Thanks to manifestations, thanks to realizations within myself of what it is that I what it is that I could be doing to move forward, and how I can find that which is indestructible awareness, right? That which told me to leave that. So I wanted to talk to you all about a feeling, a few circumstances that I had while all of this was happening, all of this beauty that's just emerging. I It wasn't a perfect transition. So on Sunday, I had a moment of, I don't know what it was. I was unable to sleep. I walked out of the job that I had for 1 day a week just to kind of like keep myself occupied. And I walked out of it and I just lost my phone. I like bought some guy a slice of pizza, and then when I turned around and got into my cab, I realized that my phone was missing. So I was like, any sort of people that I'm hiring, they're not going to get able to get a hold of me. I'm just going to tell them to email me. Like, how is this going to work? Also, I had some other stuff going on and I was just a little frantic, and oh my gosh, I realized how far behind I've been on my own timeline for like finishing this book. What am I going to do? And I started getting nervous, and then I was worried about the capital to start up my business, and just worried and angry, and I was just really upset with myself because I was like, Morenike, you know what? You know, you really should have been like vetting for yourself a lot harder than you did. And so that night I went to like listen to a meditation, and that worked for 6 minutes. Like it was a little rough. And then I had to recalibrate and balance myself and remind myself that, one, I am already that which is indestructible awareness. This feeling of stress had come from lack thinking. So where I had to just really sit down with myself and just like start to examine where I was having lack thinking, which was the source of my stress. Did I not believe that things were not going to come to me, and that life is perfect and all of my needs have been met, and that which which is within me was already met and told me what to do, and that is the inner compass which I'm being guided by? So stress is the word for what I was experiencing, this anger, this fear. When I got to Mexico, it was not it was the same feeling I had when I realized I just bought a ticket and I was sitting in my hotel room, and I did not have time to freak out the first night, but the next day I freaked out, and I was just like, what? I didn't know what that feeling was. So that it was still that fear, that which is going into the unknown. And so I had to just check myself, like in my sister voice. I just checked myself, and I just took hold of that situation and said, you are indestructible awareness. You are that which is. You are them and we. You are. And so because I am, and I was coming from a place of blocked heart chakra, blocked energy, it was not allowing for everything else to come through me. So I just opened my heart and let it come out. That's another way that you all can just help yourself breathe out these situations when they arise, because you are human. Although we're on this path of recognizing our human selves, it's okay to, again, still recognize you are human selves. The spirit is already a spirit, but you are spinning on a rock floating in the middle of outer space. Emotions and feelings and thoughts are going to come up, but it's important to recognize how unshakable you are, that it may just be one night that you don't sleep, but the next morning when you keep that heart chakra open, then you have all of this energy that comes from a place you don't even know. Maybe it comes from behind or what, but it's just been pretty amazing. I had to stop and tell somebody, so I have to tell all of you because it's been freaking awesome. So that's all I have for you guys. I did want to show you something. I went to a Burning Man party, and this was the sticker that a guy made. Hopefully you can see that without the view, the little thing. So this is Kellyanne. This is Vladimir Putin. Oh, they're jerking each other off. I wanted to like pull that away. Hopefully you can see that now. I'll cover my face, but I'll keep my eyes here. Bannon, and this is our president. Hashtag not my president. And he's shitting on himself, and they're pulling strings because he's a puppet. And this says, this is the Constitution, we the people, and it's crossed out, this is we the me. And he's filled himself in his own diaper with an American flag in the background, and there's a golden shower. So I use this every time I need a laugh or to deflect any sort of stress that I created for myself. So you guys, we are free, we are abundant, we are happy, and it is our birthright to be abundant and happy and free. And the freest and happiest we've ever been in our entire lives. So I need to tell you all that as I continue, and it's important to be a light to yourself before you ought to be a light to others, and practice patience with yourself and remove yourself as gracefully as possible from the drama of others. That came up in a spiritual card. Spiritual, I don't even like that word. We are. Okay, signing out.